Hey y'all, it's Dream from Where the Yokels Grow, and as you can see, we are in the backyard, and that's because we are continuing to plant our vegetables into our containers for our container garden as part of the Patio to Plate Container Challenge. In today's video, I am going to show you how to plant and grow a hatch chili pepper inside of a container. I grew these last year and had great success with them. And along the way, I'm going to give you some helpful hints, or helpful tips, I should say, to help you be successful in growing your hatch chilies. So if you all are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, I am so glad to see you again. Let's get growing, y'all. Okay, y'all, first let's tell you how I set up my 10-gallon grow bag. These are grow bags that I used last year for my hatch chilies, and they do have some kind of remaining soil in them, but I amended them so that they could be refreshed, and we can just add a little bit of compost soil on top of it, and we can continue to grow in them successfully. It's easy to be done. I know there's a lot of controversy around it, but I promise you, if you set your pots up this way, you'll be golden. So the first thing I did was to sift the soil. And after I was done sifting the soil, I took perlite and I put perlite in it. I also put worm castings, and I put bone meal, blood meal, and some good Espona garden tone. After stirring it up, I realized that I needed a little more perlite, so I put some more perlite in it. I stirred that up. And now we're ready to plant. So first let's talk about hatch chilies. These are New Mexico hatch chilies. I got these seeds last year, and this is the second year that I've actually used the seeds to grow chilies, hatch chilies. I got them from a gentleman online, I think off Amazon, and I'll link those down in the description for you so you can hopefully go find those seeds. I know he's getting pretty popular with his pepper seeds because I saw him at one of our local nurseries, and obviously he grows many more peppers, so if you are a pepper fan, this is the place you want to go and get your peppers. With that said, let's talk about chilies. Now you can grow chilies in the ground if you wanted to, as long as you knew that you had a well-drained soil. Chilies, especially in New Mexico, hatch chilies, they like a well-drained soil, so when you're putting them in a container, you want a good, rich potting soil or a potting mix. If you make that up yourself, that's absolutely fine. But they do not like to sit in standing water, so that's why we put the perlite in there, to try and keep that from being in the container. One of the things that I discovered about my hatch chilies last year is, though they were growing in grow bags, they were the ones who, even though they got dry, I didn't have to water them as often. But of course I did water them every other day because I always follow our strict guidelines here in Arlington for watering, because I don't ever want to overuse things that I have available to me and the sources that I have available to me, and one of those being water. So with that said, let's talk about this hatch chili. As you can see, she's a little bit long. I went ahead and removed the bottom leaves that are right here, and now we're going to go over here and plant her into this container. I am probably going to remove these two other leaves here and plant her to about right there, because I want to put that good compost soil around the top of her so it continues to feed her. Now I will also tell you, setting up my bags like this, I did not have to feed my hatch chilies through the entire season. Once they started growing and producing, they actually were still growing and producing until our last frost. The only reason I took them down, I tried to overwinter them, but unfortunately they got froze out in a new greenhouse because the greenhouse wasn't staying warm overnight. But with that said, let's get this going, okay? Okay, so this is a 10-gallon grow bag that I'm going to use, and actually last year I grew 2 peppers in each one of these bags, and they did just fine. So if you only have a couple of grow bags, but you have more than one plant, you easily could grow 2 plants in this successfully without a problem. So let's go ahead and move these. Pick her tag out. And I am actually just gonna that like that. Hey. Yes, sir. I am planting this plant. That's what I'm doing. So we're gonna put that in there like that. Alright. Okay, so we got her in there. Now let's take some of this Organic Choice Moisture Potting Mix with compost, and we're gonna fill up the top of this. Usually I put this in a bucket, but the bucket is not around, so. Okay, y'all, there you have it. That one's planted. I'm gonna readjust, get another one, and show you how to plant two. Okay, you all, this one's gonna be a little different, and that's because there are two. So the first thing we're gonna do is separate these two, which is easy peasy. Put your fingers just like that. Make sure your whole hand is over it. Give it a little tap, a little squeeze, and it should just come right out. Okay, now take your two hands, put them in here in between them. They'll come right apart. Do it slow. We don't want to be crazy about it. Do it nice and slow. There they go. See them splitting apart? And just like that, there they are. Two separate plants. Okay, so I removed the leaves off this one. I'm going to set that one down for a minute. We're going to remove the bottom leaves off of this one too. This will not stop the plant from growing. Everything will be just fine. Okay, make a hole, get her in there pretty deep, push it down. You can see how far away I'm spacing them, and I promise you they will grow just fine. I grew 2 plants per container last year. Had so many hatch chilies that we still have a freezer full of them, so I might be shooting myself in the foot by growing more. Let's go ahead and fill it up with the rest of the compost dirt. We won't fill it up as much as we did the other one, just because these plants are a little smaller. And gently put that around, pat it down, keep filling. So if you all have grown some chilies before, let me know down in the comments, or if you have any questions about growing these kind of chilies, let me know. I'm not an expert, but I do have a lot of experience with these guys. Just like that. Now these were originally planted 124, so you can see how long it takes them to become a good enough size to get out into a container. So it might be too late to start them from seed, but you probably could find some down at your local nursery. Okay, y'all, here we go. We are done with planting all of the hatch chilies. We have 9 plants in total in 5 different 10-gallon grow bags. I initially had planted 10 seeds, but unfortunately one of those seeds did not germinate. But if you all have planted New Mexico hatch chilies before, you've grown them here in North Texas or anywhere for that matter, let me know how it went down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Hey y'all, thanks for hanging out with me today in this video, and I hope you learned a little something about hatch chilies, and we're just going to go over a couple of the facts really quick. If you're going to plant them in containers, make sure you're using a good, rich, well-draining potting soil. Do not use a container soil with these. It is too thick, it's got too many particles in it, and it holds too much water for those roots. You don't want it to sit in any kind of water for a period of time. It will kill them. And one thing that I found with my hatch chilies last year, they didn't require as much water as all the other peppers. They seem to do really well watering them about every 2 to 3 days in the hottest part of during the summer here in Texas, but I am anticipating we are going to have a much hotter summer this year. We are already looking at 97 degrees today, and this is Saturday, May 7th. It is going to be 97 degrees today, and that's unheard of for this time of the year. This is May 7th of 2022 on a Saturday. Typically at this time of the year, we're kind of mid-80s, so I'm kind of anticipating that our summer is going to be a little hotter and a lot sooner here in Texas, so maybe watering them every 2 days might not be, I might have to end up watering them every day. We'll just have to see how it goes. I just know that I watered them every 2 to 3 days last year, even in the hottest part of the summer, and they did really well inside of their grow bags, and I had 2 plants per bag, and I'm telling you, these plants were huge, and they produced I don't know how many pounds of hatch chilies. I still got them in the freezer. But if you found some kind of value in this video, please give us a like and a thumbs up. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button because new videos are posted often. And I would hate for you to miss anything. Till I see you in the next video, you all keep growing, you keep your heads up, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.